Hey everyone, thanks for coming to check out my video today. So today I am in downtown Tampa, and today I'm going to be testing out a GPS tracker for cars. The device that I'm testing out today is a onboard diagnostic port GPS tracker. It's a very simple tracker to use. It simply plugs in to the port underneath your steering wheel, and the software for it, I'm going to show you that as well for your computer and for your smartphone. It's also very easy to use too. So I'm going to go ahead and drive around Tampa, get some tracks going, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Alright, while the car is driving around, I'm going to go ahead and show you the app. So I'm just going to go into the Google Play Store and I'm going to search for Carlock. And it's the first one that shows up on the list, so I'm going to hit it and click on it. And then I'm going to hit install. And you can see what all it wants access to. So that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and accept. It's installing. I'm going to go ahead and open the app. The first time that you open the app, you're going to get these three screens up front that just tell you what it is and what it does. And it gives you the different type of notifications. And then the third screen, it gives you a picture of the Carlock GPS device itself. And there it is. Before I installed the app, I went online and I made an account with the web server, so I already have a username and password, so I'm going to go ahead and enter those in. Once I've logged in, you can see it shows my location in Tampa, and it shows me in the parking garage. This parking garage is actually 10 stories tall. My icon on the screen won't move until I get out of the garage. At this point in the video, what I really wanted to show you was the car icon on the map. I wanted to show you that move around the map as I drove around Tampa. I drove around Tampa for about 30 minutes, and in those 30 minutes of me running that track, I only got about 3 or 4 updates real time. So it's a pretty boring 30 minutes. One of the things that I learned during this time was that the Carlock GPS device itself, it's not as fast as I would have expected it to be real time, but one of the things that it does is that it logs and saves all its points. So it updates the server later on with everywhere that you've been, and I'll actually show you what that looks like on the app, and I'll show you what it looks like on their web-based software as well. Alright, so if you go into the menu on the app and you go to your logs and you click on your trip, it will show you everywhere that you drove for that trip. So all you have to do on the map is you can zoom in. Here you can see A is the parking garage, that's where I started. You can see where I drove around Tampa. And then where you can see where I drove through downtown, and I ended up getting on 60 or Adamo, and I stopped at the Tampa IKEA. So next I'll go ahead and show you what this looks like when you're on Carlock's website. Here's the actual computer program for the Carlock device. Now this is a web-based software, so you don't have to download the thing onto your computer, you just simply log in, which that's nice. But again, you can see where I started at in the parking garage. Same thing as on the app. You can see the route that I took, and you can see that I drove through downtown Tampa to get to the Tampa IKEA. Now obviously, since I'm using the computer, I get more detail out of the map since I have more real estate to look at. One of the other things that's nice about this is that you can actually export your starting point and stopping point into a CSV file, so if you want to use that for any type of records later on, you can do that. And this software has lots of other features, which I'll go into in just a minute here. But I just wanted to show you these basic things real quick. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the features that are in the app. I'll go ahead and get the app pulled back up. Here it is. Alright, I've got a zoomed out view just to show you. But anyways, if you go down to the bottom left and click on the speedometer, you will go back into the menu of the app itself. You can see you've got a driving score up top. You can take a look at the battery, the voltage for your battery for the car. And down at the bottom you can see how many GPS satellites you're connected to. Now, if you go back to the top and press on log, it will show you all your trips that you've taken with the device working. It'll also show you if the device has been disconnected or not. Here you've got a scheduler. You can change whether or not it's a personal trip or a business trip with that. Next, you've got your settings. Now, this is the alerts that it will give you for the tracker itself. This is one of the best features to this product to me. I'll let you read through what all it'll give you alerts to, but that is great functionality to me. Next, to the top right, you've got your profile. You can do a few things here. You can actually take a picture of your car if you want to. And finally, on the top right icon, you've got tutorial, log out, and about. The about shows you the version of the Carlock that you are running. So all in all, it's a great app. I love the notification setting of it. And now I'll go ahead and show you some more of the software itself. Alright, so we're back in the software program itself. I've got it zoomed out right now. One of the things that you can do with this is that if you've got this device installed into someone else's car, like an employee's or even one of your kids, you can go in here and you can see how they've been driving the car. You see you've got some information about the braking, the acceleration, and the cornering. So next we'll take a look at your trips. It gives you trip history, and if you click on one of the trips, it will take you to the track on the map, and you've already seen this track. You have some different ways that you can filter this information. You can do it by current month. There are some filtering options down here, which I didn't do any business trip or personal trips, so it's not filtering it there. And you can also change the date to ascending or descending. Next, you have your notification history. Again, just if someone has tampered with the device, basically. Then you have your general settings. You can see some basic information about your car, and then you get into the push notifications, which this is kind of the meat and potatoes of the notifications. These push notifications, it's basically, a message to your phone, and here you see the different options that you can turn on or off for basically the message that you want sent to your phone. You can also get text messages sent to your phone instead of using the app, and you see you have a way to pay for that up here. So, which is kind of nice because it's like a pay-to-play option. Now, if for some odd reason you don't get very good service, you can actually set up a way to get a phone call to your phone with the different notifications. And again, it's pay-to-play, which I also think is a nice feature. Next, on the top right, you can learn about your subscription. Here you can see that I've currently got 18 days left, and I can pay for another year for $113, or I can pay for a monthly plan. Another option you have is referrals. If you invite your friends to use the Carlock, they give you some credits. The next thing you have up here is you have your help tab. I have a slow internet connection right now, so this isn't populating, and I'll just go ahead and move on. Next, you can see my name, and if I click on that, I've got some different options up here, and I can also add another vehicle, which I haven't tested that because I only had one device. I would like to see what that looks like, but we'll have to do that another day. And then finally, you can click on the flag up here, and you can see that you can change the language of the program. That pretty much concludes my overview on this Carlock GPS tracker. One thing I will say real quick is that this was not like a paid endorsement by Carlock or anything like that. They did send me the device just to take a look at, and again, they didn't pay me to review this or anything like that. A couple things about this device is that, first off, the software, again, it's like I was saying during the video, I've used a lot of different trackers, and this software is some of the best software that I've seen for these. I really enjoyed the just the functionality of this software. So yeah, I really liked it. A couple points. One of the things about the software was, previously in the video I said that I thought that I was only getting updates every few minutes. I reached out to Carlock and asked them about that. And what they told me was it's supposed to update every 30 seconds, but depending on your direction or the speed of your car, you may not see one that often. And so that's why I wasn't seeing the updates while I was driving the car. Again, it still stores all the points and uploads them into the server, so you're still getting all the information for it. Another point that I want to make is that earlier during the video, in the beginning of it, I showed a little clip of me installing the device into an onboard diagnostic port. That actually wasn't my car, it was my wife's car. My car has a door underneath the steering wheel. So basically you have to pull this door down and you plug in the port, and you could plug in the tracker itself, but you can't close the door, and the door is kind of in the way of the pedals. I'll show you what that looks like. So if you're considering one of these, I would go and just check your port underneath your steering wheel. Can you take the door off? If you can't, there's some other options that you can do. You can buy a cable. There's a $10 cable that you can find quickly and easily on Amazon. You can plug the cable in, you can plug the tracker into the cable, and then you could possibly move it to somewhere else. You just have to make sure it's secure. So yeah, that pretty much concludes my video for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. The next video that I'm going to do, I'm going to be breaking some windows, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put some film on those windows, and I'm going to be testing, it's basically a security film, and the purpose of this film is to keep people from getting through the glass. So I'm going to be testing that. I'm also going to be testing some glass break sensors. So it should be informational or fun, at least for me. So yeah, as always, thanks for coming to watch the video today, and please like and subscribe it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.